to week 4 of the Growth Tactics series. Now, here is the thing about the funnel. Everybody wants more cowbell. Like, just give me more leads, more chances at bat. I can win. I just need more leads, right? And they're absolutely right. But here's the thing. Is that where we need to start first? Let's take a look back at the sales velocity from last week. Let's look at the variables that make up sales velocity. If you missed this video, go watch it now. But with our dashboard up and the sales velocity in play, we're going to begin to go into the elements of that, starting with the number of deals that we have, which is our funnel. How do we fill our funnel? Marketing qualified versus sales qualified. How quality are those opportunities at hand? Are they larger deals? Is there anything we can do to increase that deal value? What is our win rate? So today we're going to focus on the first two, a number of opportunities and average deal size, particularly when it comes to filling a funnel. Now, I use the word funnel. I just want to make sure we're all aware. There's aware of what a funnel is. There's awareness, consideration, decision, activation, expansion, and ambassador, all the way through to fill out kind of an hourglass, if you would. Now, under awareness, there's a couple of caveats. Is a customer pain aware? I sure hope so, because we're not inventing pain here, right? We want to find pain customers are already having. We just want to surface that pain through either their searching through Google, if that's how we're going to fill the funnel, or them coming across content, or maybe reading something on social media, or engaging with an email we send them. Any number of ways that we raise their awareness so that they go like, heck yeah, you know what? I do feel that way. That is exactly how I feel. You put in words how I feel. So if they're pain aware, then obviously we now need to educate them on what is a solution to that pain, and that we are potentially that solution. So it's pain aware, solution aware, and then offer aware, right? Like, okay, so you could fix it. How do you fix it? What's the next step? All right. So a lot goes into awareness, as you understand. But if they're aware of us or aware of their pain and aware of their solution, however we're going to do that, that is the funnel. That's the block we're going to focus on today, because we want them to, of course, consider us. Okay. All right. So they land on our blog, they read an article, they download a lead magnet, some kind of a PDF. We give them some kind of resource. They go, man, this is incredible. Now they're considering, do I even download the lead magnet? Do I book a demo? Do I do a free trial? Whatever. That's the decision. That's the flow. Now, often we think about this funnel in terms of just getting a sale, and it is true. It is a funnel to build towards a sell, but there's micro funnels that make up every large funnel. All right. So just think about this for a minute. I have to become aware you have a blog to consider reading it, to make a decision to actually read it. So you just got a few seconds there to get my attention when it comes to a blog, if I were to come across your blog in an organic content. If I get your email, I'm aware there's an email, but I have to consider, do I delete it? Am I swiping that silly thing, or am I going to click on it? I have to make a decision, right? So there's micro funnels throughout the entire process. I cannot overstate that. Our ability to understand our customer, called an ICP or an ideal customer profile, is one way to do that. There's a couple of ways to do that. This is one of my favorites, because just a quick little worksheet. You can download it below. Just with your team, real quick, how clearly can you articulate the demographics, the goals, the motivations, the pains, and the common objections? That'll help you later in sales. And this is the funnel filler. I sorted it based on my experience with complexity versus time to revenue. We can order this a little bit based on some of your particular implementation if we were to work together, but this is a pretty safe bet of what you will find. Every single company I have ever bootstrapped, I started out with cold outreach. Now, I'm not saying like thousands of emails. I remember one startup I launched, I literally called every day for 3 days, 60 Chamber of Commerces every day until I got through. And it takes a lot of work to get through a Chamber of Commerce, by the way. So I got them on the phone, have a quick conversation. I netted sales. I started closing customers, started exchanging money for the widget I was selling. That started to establish value. I'd go take the local Chamber of Commerce guy to lunch. And so whatever it took to get those first 100 customers, I would do. I was documenting that experience through content and blogging. And then eventually I flipped on some ads and started driving some quicker, down funnel magic. Okay. So again, different ways to go about this, but cost versus complexity. In your case, you can work this exercise and see what would be. If you find yourself more of a cold outreach person, that's a great place to start if you're early on. If you're more established and you have some sales already pouring in, as you likely do, then paid ads is probably the next place to go. Partnerships is always the holy grail, but it's really hard to get without some logos a lot of times. All right, here's my promise to you, the action item for this week. Rule of 1. If you're not clear, start with 1, okay? So pick a channel, one audience, one message, one call to action, one sales motion. Just keep it simple. You can always make it more complicated later. Keep it simple and perfect that until you just understand what does it take to win with that one before we move on to the other, okay? Don't go through the desert, get halfway through the desert and change courses, because that's a great way to get lost If you're in this dark night of what it is as a startup founder, just keep going and keep pushing. The knowing comes in the doing. Do the rule of one. You will land. If you're not sure where to go from there, reach out to me, reply to this email. I'm happy to respond with more ideas. Jump on a quick call. I'm here for you. I'm James at thegrowthexecutive.com. I will see you next week. Have a fantastic day.